Maybe Tony gets in a race with Kenseth. All he's got to buy is a couple of laps.
The Busch brothers, 1-2 in the outside lane. Kenseth, Stewart, Hamlin on the inside. Here we go.
Field's getting smaller, Larry.
Yes, it is. 5 laps to go. Matt Kenseth brings them down. Green flag.
Kyle laid back a little bit too far, maybe. He tried to get a run on Matt, but Matt took off better than I think Kyle thought he would. Here he goes.
He gets that run on the high side.
Can't quite pull it off this time.
There comes Stewart in the 14, trying to get back to second down the back straightaway.
Now, I know Tony Stewart is a bottom feeder. If that thing will hook up around the bottom, look out.
And Hamlin on the bottom as well against Kurt Busch. 4 to go.
I don't think Tony Stewart would be shy about using the front bumper of that car. I can tell you that. Not for $1 million in his first win in that car. Man,
that thing is so strong on the bottom. They're side by side, halfway down the back straightaway.
It's the only car here that can come off too low like that with power and with speed.
Keep the speed up. There he goes. Kenseth's a little stronger on the high side, but Stewart's not going to give up.
Got a little loose that time.
3 to go.
Running out of laps. The clock's ticking. The $1 million, man, it's nothing more disgusting than to be running second in this race.
Matt knows he could not open the bottom that time for Stewart through 1 and 2. He hugged the white line.
You're sitting there looking out your windshield, Larry, and you see $1 million driving away from you.
Yes, sir.
The difference first to second, $800,000.
And Larry, did you notice what Matt did? He saw what Tony was doing to him. He took it to the bottom to take away Tony's line.
He's taken for granted Tony Stewart will not go to the high side. 2 to go.
Watch him down here. He's been running high.
He opened the door, though. And Stewart
got him. He got him.
Bye-bye.
Clear.
Adios, amigos.
Now watch Kenseth, though. I bet Stewart will stay to the bottom. Kenseth may pack it in there, go to the high side.
I don't think he's got anything for him, Larry. Once that car got out front, he is gone.
White flag this time.
$1 million pass.
Everybody, 3's working the top right a little bit.
Kurt Busch well back in 3rd. Hamlin 4th. Carl Edwards is up to 5th. Kyle Busch has faded to 6th. Earnhardt 7th. Mark Martin, Logano, McMurray the top 10.
Even getting past, you don't think they ramped it up. Kenseth just ran his fastest lap a lap ago.
Larry, what a great accomplishment for Tony Stewart, this team, that organization. Who would have thunk it?
After self-inflicting a penalty on his pit stop, Tony Stewart makes $1 million.
How about his terrible on his pit stop last night? Drove off with only 2 tire changes. And here tonight, they're in winner's circle. And this is the first race that Gene Haas, the other half of Stewart Haas, has been able to come to.
Hold that fence, man.
Good job, Smoke. These guys will go. No telling what these guys will do.
Tony Stewart has 1,058,656 reasons to celebrate tonight.
There's
Bobby Hutchins.
Oh, boy.
Competition director.
And Mike, Larry, Tony's car doesn't have a scratch on it. It's a clean, showroom clean.
So Kenseth 2nd, Kurt Busch 3rd. Nice run from the back of the field for Denny Hamlin, who finishes 4th, and Carl Edwards gets 5th.
I think there were so many people that questioned about 9 or 10 months ago when Tony Stewart said he was leaving Joe Gibbs Racing after 10 years to go form the Stewart Haas Racing, and comes in here 2nd in the points. Of course, this night was not about points, but what a year they have had.
Oh, yeah. I think he just wants to blow it up.
Here's the final pass for the lead.
The difference in his car and everybody else's is right down here. Everybody else got right there. They bogged down. They couldn't go. But, boy, he was back in the gas and off that corner with a lot of speed.
In the 2 laps prior to that, Kenseth was right on that white line. He would not open the door, but he opened it up that lap right there.
That lap right there. Left it open, and he went by. You know, I just don't know that we ever give Tony Stewart enough credit for what a great driver he is. I mean, I know we always talk about great drivers. I'm not always sure we put him at the top of the list, but he showed tonight he is a class act.
Now Stewart is parked over in turn 2.
He just wanted to see it. That's where I made that pass. He wanted to take a picture of it.
And I believe that's at NASCAR's instruction.
Yeah.
So that they can arrange the victory celebration on the front straightaway. Here it comes. An early birthday present for Smoke. He turns 38 on Wednesday. And we'll be back with all the pomp and circumstance of Victory Lane.
Y'all don't like $1 million, do you? Way to go, guys. Let's climb the fence, baby. Too old, too fat for it. Let's just have fun with this one.
The thoughts of Tony Stewart. So his crew will climb the fence for him here on the front straightaway. Stewart joins Jeff Bodine as the only owner drivers to win NASCAR's All-Star race. Bodine did it in 1994. And in the 24-year history of the All-Star event, the winner has gone on to win the Coca-Cola 600 6 times, 1 out of 4.
And he's fat, all right. He's fat in the bank account.
He is tonight.
And on the hip.
One night ago, in the mandatory pit stop for qualifying for the All-Star race, Tony got his 2 right side tires, and concentrating so hard on leaving the box cleanly, he took off without waiting for the lefts. He got out about 4 car lengths, stopped the car, said, "I'll be right back." Backs up into his pit stall nicely, no penalty. Got the other 2 tires and went out. So he started deep in the field, 15th because of that miscue, and wins it all.
But you know, you go back to 1999, Tony Stewart started his career with Joe Gibbs Racing. He had to race his way into the All-Star race that night and finish 2nd. That was his best finish to date in the All-Star race, and how fitting. He makes the move to Stewart Haas Racing and wins the first time in the All-Star race driving that 14 car. His hero's number, A.J. Foyt.
And Larry, when do you have the most fun with something? When it's brand new. And right now, the excitement, the enthusiasm, and the drive and the effort that those guys are putting out over there is exciting because it's brand new. And this is the best start Tony Stewart has ever had to a season. Normally, he's a slow starter. You know, we don't hear anything about him until about June or July. And here he is. I mean, 2nd in the points in the All-Star race.
You look at the run he had tonight, and that cat that finished 2nd, Matt Kenseth, but it's going to be an awesome Coca-Cola 600 next Sunday night.
Tony taking a call on a Sprint phone. Steve Burns is right. Mark Martin leads into the congratulations. Steve?
Thank you very much, Mike. Tony Stewart on the phone right now. Just taking the belts off, steering wheels off. He's talking to Rick Hendrick, and Tony Stewart, climb out of that race car. Tony, you've been so close. Tony, you've been so close early in this season, getting your first win as a car owner. You accomplished that tonight. You also accomplished your first All-Star victory. Put into words what this win means to you.
Oh, it's awesome. Just gotta thank our fans, man. When I got out over there in 2 and came down our front stretch, the response from this crowd's awesome, man. It's they've been behind us all year, and this is for 2 people and 1 group of people, and that's Gene Haas and Joe Custer, and then all for all these fans. And we couldn't do it without Rick Hendrick and his engine and chassis department. It's awesome.
Tony, what does this mean to you, not only as a driver, but as an owner, taking the big risk, taking all the gamble of putting a team together in this competitive sport?
Well, the gamble was for Gene Haas, and he's here with us tonight. And man, I'm telling you, he's not going to miss a week now because he gets here, and the first week he's here, we win the race. So just so thankful. Him and Joe Custer that gave us the opportunity, and Chevrolet for standing behind us, knowing that we had a long road to hoe. So Ryan Newman should have won this race, and if he didn't cut a tire down, he was going to be here instead of us, but we were going to be just as happy.
Congratulations, you're the $1 million man tonight, Tony.
Yeah, so is everybody on this Office Depot Old Spice team. They did a great job.
What a night of excitement and surprises. 2 big things we learned. Kyle Busch will put that car anywhere, anytime in an attempt to get the lead. And Tony Stewart methodically worked his way to the front, and he was there when it counted, and he banks the $1 million.
Yeah, you know, he left Home Depot, but he opened up his Office Depot, and it's fitting him very, very well, I might add. And what a great group of people there. You know, Bobby Hutchins and Darian Grubb, and that whole crowd over there. It's an all-star group of people, and they deserve that win tonight. I'm so happy for them.
And I think that's awesome that Gene Haas was here tonight. You know, Gene has been in our sport for a number of years, struggled last year, just trying to keep teams up in the top 35. But you know what? This 25th annual Sprint All-Star race, it did not let us down. We talk about unpredictable. You look at the guy that dominated the first segment. Jimmy Johnson gets involved in the crash. The guy that dominated the second segment, he gets in that crash there in the last segment. Kyle Busch finishes outside the top 10. And then Jeff Gordon that dominated the third segment, he gets in a crash. It's the reason that at a NASCAR All-Star race, you don't tune out until it's over with.
Did you know Tony Stewart was going to win?
No, sir.
No, we didn't either.
No, sir.
How about that? Well, somebody had to finish second. That somebody was Matt Kenseth. Here's Dick Berggren with him.
Well, Matt Kenseth, almost another millionaire tonight. What happened to the car at the end of the race?
We just got it too tight. I think we had a really good car in long runs tonight, and I couldn't hold him off at the end. So I'm really disappointed. It looked like I moved over and he just drove right by me. So I'm disappointed about that. But overall, we had a good car, and we tightened it way up for the end there because we knew if we were in front, we had to be tighter. But with all them short 1- and 2-lap runs, we just got the tires too hot and couldn't hold them off.
Nice job. This guy will be tough next week in the Coca-Cola 600. And you will.
No other sport has an all-star race like this. I'm guessing there was not a butt in the seat for those final 10 laps. Tony Stewart has a birthday on Wednesday. What a great early birthday present, his first all-star win.
I mean, can you really believe it? I mean, we've seen it coming because they've been so competitive, but to be able to pull this off the way they did, it was just unbelievable. And how about Darian Grubb, his crew chief? This guy gets the first win for this team. Well, the last time he got his first win was a Daytona 500 win, being a substitute crew chief for Jimmy Johnson. So congratulations to Darian. I mean, it's got to be so overwhelming to realize all of a sudden he's another $1 million winner.
Well, Tony Stewart wins the race. Tony Stewart, the owner, takes the paycheck back to his race shop. Next week, we return to this track with possibly new rivalries and bruised egos. What will happen when these all-stars have 600 miles to take out their anger? The Coca-Cola 600, one of the crown jewels of NASCAR. You will see it 1 week from tomorrow, Sunday, May 24th on Fox. Our coverage begins at 5 p.m. The 25th All-Star Race on Speed 1 for the books. Victory Lane will be coming up next, but it certainly has been a Saturday night special. Tony Stewart is an all-star winner for the very first time.